What if I told you that the difference between living a life of deep meaning and just going through the motions comes down to 5 simple choices you make every single day? Choices so small you might not even notice them, yet so powerful they can completely transform your entire existence. I used to wake up every morning feeling like I was trapped in someone else's life, going through the motions, checking boxes, but never feeling truly alive. Then I discovered something that changed everything. 5 daily choices that successful people, fulfilled people, purposeful people make differently than everyone else. Today, I'm going to share these 5 choices with you. But here's the thing, knowing them isn't enough. The magic happens when you start implementing them, and by the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap to transform your daily routine into a foundation for extraordinary living. Let me start with a story that might sound familiar. Sarah was a marketing executive who looked successful from the outside. Good job, nice apartment, active social media presence. But inside, she felt empty. She was living on autopilot, making unconscious choices that kept her stuck in a cycle of mediocrity. Sound familiar? The first choice that changed everything for Sarah and will change everything for you is the choice of morning intention. Most people wake up and immediately grab their phones, diving into a sea of notifications, news, and other people's priorities. But purposeful people make a different choice. They choose to begin each day with clarity about what matters most. This isn't just about having goals, it's about connecting with your deeper why. Before you check your phone, before you rush into your day, take 5 minutes to ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be today? What impact do I want to have? How do I want to feel when my head hits the pillow tonight? This simple practice transforms your entire day because it shifts you from reactive mode to intentional mode. You're no longer just responding to whatever comes your way. You're actively creating the life you want to live. The second choice is perhaps the most counterintuitive, and it's the choice of selective ignorance. We live in an age of information overload, where we're constantly bombarded with news, social media updates, and endless content. Most people try to consume everything, but purposeful people make the radical choice to ignore most of it. They understand that attention is their most valuable resource, and they guard it fiercely. This means saying no to the 24-hour news cycle that fills your mind with anxiety about things you can't control. It means unfollowing social media accounts that make you feel inadequate or angry. It means choosing what deserves your mental energy and ruthlessly filtering out the rest. Here's what's fascinating. When you stop consuming information that doesn't serve your purpose, you create space for what does. You become more creative, more focused, and more connected to what truly matters. The third choice is the choice of growth over comfort. Every single day, you face dozens of micro moments where you can either stay in your comfort zone or push yourself to grow. Most people unconsciously choose comfort. They take the easy path, avoid difficult conversations, skip the workout, postpone the challenging project. But purposeful people make the opposite choice. They lean into discomfort because they understand that growth lives on the other side of comfort. This doesn't mean being reckless or overwhelming yourself. It means consistently choosing the slightly harder path that leads to who you want to become. Maybe it's speaking up in a meeting when you'd rather stay quiet. Maybe it's having that difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Maybe it's choosing to read instead of scrolling through your phone. These small choices compound over time, creating extraordinary results. The fourth choice is the choice of presence over productivity. This might sound contradictory in our hustle-obsessed culture, but hear me out. Most people confuse being busy with being productive. They fill their days with endless tasks, meetings, and activities, thinking this will lead to fulfillment. But purposeful people understand that true productivity comes from being fully present in whatever you're doing. Whether you're working on a project, having a conversation with a friend, or spending time with family, the quality of your attention determines the quality of your experience. This choice means putting away your phone during conversations. It means focusing on one task at a time instead of multitasking. It means actually listening when someone is speaking to you, rather than thinking about what you'll say next. When you choose presence over productivity, something magical happens. You stop living in the future or the past and start experiencing the richness of now. Your relationships deepen, your work improves, and you feel more alive. The fifth and final choice is the choice of contribution over consumption. Most people are primarily consumers. They consume content, products, experiences, but they're not actively contributing to the world around them. Purposeful people flip this script. They ask themselves daily, how can I add value to someone else's life today? How can I make a positive difference, no matter how small? This might mean mentoring a colleague, volunteering in your community, creating something meaningful, or simply being kind to a stranger. The beautiful thing about choosing contribution is that it connects you to something larger than yourself. It gives your life meaning and purpose that no amount of consumption can provide. Now, here's the crucial part. These 5 choices work together synergistically. When you start your day with intention, you're more likely to practice selective ignorance. When you choose growth over comfort, you naturally become more present. When you focus on contribution, you find more opportunities to grow. But I want to be honest with you. Making these choices isn't always easy. There will be days when you want to hit the snooze button instead of setting an intention. There will be moments when the comfort zone feels too appealing to leave. There will be times when contributing feels like the last thing you want to do. This is normal. The key is not perfection, but consistency. Start small. Pick one choice and focus on it for a week. Notice how it affects your mood, your relationships, your sense of purpose. Then gradually add the others. Remember Sarah from the beginning of this video? 6 months after implementing these 5 choices, she described her life as completely transformed. Not because her external circumstances changed dramatically, but because she changed. She was finally living intentionally with purpose and meaning. The same transformation is available to you. These 5 choices, morning intention, selective ignorance, growth over comfort, presence over productivity, and contribution over consumption. They're not just concepts. They're tools that can reshape your entire existence. Your purposeful life isn't waiting for someday when everything is perfect. It's waiting for you to make these 5 choices starting today. The question isn't whether you can transform your life. The question is whether you will choose to. Which of these 5 choices will you commit to implementing first? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, every extraordinary life is built one intentional choice at a time.